There we go. All right, hi guys, it's Michelle McCosh and we're live at 5 from the store. Let me just pull it up. Okay, we'll wait. I got a few things to show you guys. Put that away. Clean this up. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Doris. Thanks. I know it's good to be back, and it's raining. It's raining all day today, which we desperately needed, so I'm happy about that. Michelle, are you in town? Can you pop by tomorrow? Hi, Maria. We'll give it another minute because I know, oh, the cruise was so much fun, Maria. I think this was, hi, Jan. This was the, everybody got along. We all hung out in the evenings in the crafting room. We crafted together, we laughed together. Everybody ate dinner together. It was just a really, really great trip this time. Lots and lots of fun because we just hung out a lot. So yeah, I showed you a few things. I'm going to show you part of my travel journal. I'll do a flip through when it's finished. I had to print photos today. And I've been asked to do another one in Europe, but I would have to make some changes to do it again. So I got to do some journaling time in the evening. I'm just going to show you some of my books really quickly. I took, I think, 7 journals with me, and I did something in every journal, so it was a lot of fun. So I did something in my mini journal. I did a couple of pages in my planner. I did a couple of backgrounds. I did this one. So I did a few different spreads. It was a lot of fun. Gave me some art time for myself as well. And I had very, very limited supplies, so that was interesting. But I made it work. Then I got back and I got a big delivery. Hi, Jill. I got a delivery of these pine cones that have been gnawed on. Aren't those really cool? These are you're going to see me make some art with these, and they will be an in-person class as well with all of them. These are just so much fun. She wouldn't send me the critter that gnawed on them, but I just love these things. So she sent me a whole bag of those, and then I got a box of mossy things, bits and pieces of fungi and moss. Really, really cool. I have 2 boxes full here, but I couldn't find it, so this was a really special treat. All kinds of stuff in there, all different kinds. So exciting. So that comes from the Pacific Northwest. I wanted to show you guys that. Hi, Mitzi. And then, here's part of my travel journal. Let me show you that. So I did print some photos when I got back so I can put those in the book. But when I do the next cruise, if I do the next cruise, see I left space for photos here. Printed some of the photos out. We had a fantastic waiter. His name was Geordie on the table, Ismail on his little thing, and his real name is Joe Quinn. So we all made up little name tags and called ourselves his name. It was quite funny. Great waiters. So just some fun things. I managed to get a couple of postcards and started doing, but I wanted to wait until I got photos for the book. So just a quick flip through, you can see, how I started. It was a lot of fun. I think this was the best one I had done. The straws, this was the packet of the drinking straw on the boat. Strawfish, they turn marine pollution into things like straws. And it happens to be from my hometown. I looked them up. Thought that was really interesting. I'm going to be putting the picture of the group in here. And so just a few postcards and things. Got a little bit of work left to do and that'll be done. So I'm looking forward to getting that completed. And then on the cruise, I got some ducks. Isn't that fun? So people leave ducks, it's a thing, I guess, on cruises, and you can find them. I actually found none of these. They were given to me because I was saying I can't find any ducks. And I was looking, but I think people took pity on me and gave me the ducks. So that's fun. I'm going to build a display with that. Okay. Hi, Trish. Yeah, wasn't that a great idea with those straws, Mitzi? So Trish, I have to wait for UPS, but I'm hoping... Oh, a little bit of... my moss fell out of the box. Trish, I'm hoping the delivery will come tomorrow and I'll send you a pickup notice when it does. Okay, so you may have noticed I put up on the website 3 new items that are coming. I don't have pictures, but I'm going to show you how this works and show you some examples, and maybe we'll build a little book with it. So these are 3 new dies that are coming from 49er Market and Sizzix. Due for delivery to me June 1st. I'm taking pre-orders, and the reason I'm doing pre-orders is because with the recent happenings, I'm just not sure how many I'm going to have available to me. So I have a quantity coming that I got guaranteed, and so I wanted to put it up. And then if I need more, I can hopefully order more. So this one is a tag, and it comes with 2 sizes of tags, right? So this could be the big tag, and this could be a layer. The thing on the bottom, it's got these little notches. And you have bottoms that you can change. So let's just line these up so you can get a visual. Okay, so these little notches have little pegs on the other side, and they would slot right in here. Right, so I can make this tag have a zigzag bottom. Hi, Deborah. Or I can make this tag have a regular bottom. Or I can make it have, in this particular case, this one, look at this, it's got pegs both sides. So I can make this be kind of a decal that side. But what if I want my decal bigger? I turn it over and I pop it in this way. So I think this is a game changer. This is absolutely fantastic. It also comes with some decorator pieces, right? Little corners, little tag cover for the big one, a smaller tag cover, little corners, a little star and a heart circle. So you've got all these decorator ones with this particular tag. But let me show you how I would use this, because I think it would have the potential to move, right, when you're die cutting it, when you put the top on or your paper or whatever. So I think you should do something like this. Hang on, let me just grab the bits. You should take some removable tape. This is the Sizzix one. I would put this so it cuts up rather than down. I would do it so it cuts up. So I would just put this on my cutting mat. We're using my glass mat, but we're going to say this is my cutting mat. And then I would take my other piece. I think this is the larger tag now. No, it's this one. And I would pop it here. So it's kind of held securely in the little hole that it goes in. I'm going to hold this up and see if you can see it. So that it's held securely in there, right? And it's flat. And then I would put my paper, hi Nicole, I would put my paper on top and then my plate and run it through. That way it's got no chance of jumping around on you. I think this is an absolutely fantastic, fantastic die set. So there's 3 of them, only 3. This one is a tag. Let me just put these back. back. I'll show you the other two. We have this one. This is a file folder and it comes with lots of little decorative pieces. So let me just show you those. Little labels, little hearts. I think that's it. Okay. So this is a file folder set. I have a feeling this is going to be my favorite set. Oops. Put the heart back. So you have your file folder. You have your tab in the middle, right? Comes out like that. But you also have your tab going downwards. Then you have the same with your left one. It can go that way as well, down. And then your right one. So these are great to make like a little mini book and put it together. But let's say you don't want your little tabs. Maybe you just want to make it no tabs. So then you've got a file folder. That way you can make a mini book with that. So it looks like when I do it this way, you have all these pieces. And then you have a rectangle with a stitched, so you could make a window in your file folder. You could make a little book plate to go on your file folder. Really, really great file folder one. So that's the file folder. By the way, these are, oh, let me pick that up before I lose it. All right, I'm gonna have to look for that later. So that's the file folder, that's the tag, and then this is a pocket. Oh, let me measure it. Let me measure that. So this is the pocket. Let me just measure it for Jill. Let's see. It is going to be, yep, 5 by 3.5. 5 by 3.5 for the file folder. This is just a game changer. I've never seen such genius before. So this one is a pocket. Your basic pocket. It can be gusseted, and I'll show you that in a minute, or it can just be a plain pocket. You have options. Oops. Let's see. Oh, I might want that one for something else. Plain top of the pocket. Curved top of the pocket. Curve goes this way. Ah, this would be a layer. Then you have, oops. Pocket with a half circle going that way. Pocket going with a half circle that way. So this one, okay. Then you have kind of a pointed pocket and going down as well. Absolutely incredibly genius. Then this would be a layer, if you wanted to put cardstock layer on top. I got these two mixed up, but you get the idea, right? So this would fit on top of the pocket to give you that layer. Absolutely genius. Double ATC size, what was it, 5? Well, ACT is 2.5 by 3.5. So it's 5, yes. Hey, Bonnie. So another genius. So this is this pocket, a tag, and a file folder. And like I said, I'm just not sure. I know I have guaranteed quantities. I just don't know if I'll be able to get more after, because I know that, you know, deliveries have been canceled on some things, suspended, en route, blah, 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 blah. So here's some pieces that are cut from that set. Got a couple of corners. You can see you can just go along that crease line and make it. How wide is the tag? Well, let me look. Okay, the tag is 5 inches by almost 7, depending, you know, if you do what on the bottom. So 5 by 7. Good size tag. And let me give you a dimension for the pocket too, and then I'll show you some of the pieces. Let's see. Pocket is this one. So the pocket, let's go, it's about 4.5, 5 inches. I've got the pocket cut here, so let's find the pocket. So here's a pocket where I did not use the gusset, right? And it is 4.5 by 3. Here is a pocket that I could do gusseted, so let's do that one. All right, so I would just glue it, and then I've got a nice bit of space in there to put cards or something else. So it makes a dimensional pocket. And then of course this one has that layer, and I mimicked the downward half circle. This one's got the triangle. Here is the tag with the ripped bottom. So you can just layer it up like that. Same size. I've got a tag with the tab at the bottom. So just to show you that. So you can mix and match these things. Again, here's another one with the tab in the middle position. So this was taken from the file fold one. Yeah, the cruise was fun, Yvonne. And tab in the left position. So left, middle, and right. And then, you know, some layers to go with that. So I showed you the pocket. So let's see, did I cut a file folder? Let me have a look. Again, here's that layer on the pocket. So you could put it down. I would go with this side. This is the Russ and Revs 2 collection, by the way, from 49 Market. Some of the accessory pieces. This has a crease, so you can fold it. I would use a bone folder. You can put it on the side of something. Here's that one die I showed you that had the stitching. You could cut a window or a layer. Fold this over for your tab, you know, at the top. It's just a very, very genius system. And then these are just card layers to use. I did not do the file folder. I will cut the file folder tomorrow and show you, because I think this is just something genius. Like I said, it's under Just In. I think most of the Lisa Horton waxes have sold out, so maybe there's 3 colors left. I need to go and look at it and adjust the quantities online. I'll take it offline if it's sold out, waiting for more to come in. There's a couple of classes I've got to put up online. I did put the watercolor series classes up if you're local and you want to do that. I was able to get some more watercolor books. Not sure if I can get more. So if you wanted that, I keep the class size really small on that one, so it's a good, you can really focus back in there. Let's see what else. I have to put the Alison Bomber class that I am doing using her stamps up online for people. One other class, I've got to think what that was. Yeah, I got a lot to do this week to catch up. So, but I'll cut the file folder so you can see how that is. That would make a terrific mini book. I really like the file folder one. I think that one's going to be, not that I don't like the others, but I think the file folder one is going to be my most used die set. But don't you think that concept is just genius with those tabs? I just think it's absolutely genius. And like I said, I would do it on the tape so it doesn't, you know, you don't want it to, you know how sometimes dies shift when you're cutting them? You don't want it to do that and then, say, cut that tab accidentally once you run it through. So taping, I think, is something you definitely need to do. And I would do that and put the cardstock on top. So, anyway, I think, put that in here so I don't lose it. And I've got to pick up the one die I dropped on the floor. I've got to find it. But really, really great system. So I think it's on the first page of the Just In. And then I am tracking down boxes. If I owe you a Weekender kit, that will be mailed or ready for pickup tomorrow. The Japanese Traveler's Notebooks came in and have gone. They sold out before they even arrived. And I don't know when I can get more, waiting for them to come from Japan. So, all right, guys, that is it. I'll do some file folders so I can show you that. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm glad to be back. It was a great, great time. If you're interested in going on a cruise with me, let me know in the comments, because this one, like I said, was the most fun I've ever had. We all crafted together in the evenings, and it was fun. Everybody got off the boat. Most people got off the boat when we were docked. But I have been asked to do one in Europe, so I just don't know, because I carry a lot of supplies, and that's a lot of suitcases. So, but anyway, if you're interested in going, just drop me a comment, and if you're interested in Europe, New England, Caribbean, let me know. Hey, Susan. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow at 5, and I'll have those file folders hopefully cut by then. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. Bye.